Moin Leute und herzlich willkommen zu einer neuen Folge What Remains of Edith Finch. Mittlerweile jetzt heute schon vierte Folge. Ähm, Ich finde es cool, dass es bei euch so ganz gut angekommen ist. Das sehe ich ja bei den letzten Folgen. Wir sind beim letzten Mal stehen geblieben beim Sam. Und ich würde mal sagen, machen wir einfach mal weiter. Also beim letzten Mal haben wir diesen Code vom Sam herausgefunden. Schaut's gerne in die andere Folge hinein. Ja, es war sehr, sehr heftiger Fall, was da so passiert ist. Jetzt nichtsdestotrotz würde ich einfach mal sagen, wir gehen einfach jetzt mal weiter. Wir sind mal so frech. Schauen wir mal, wie wir jetzt damit hier rauskommen. Ah, ja, guck mal an. Ah, okay, cool. Ist es wahrscheinlich für die Luft, oder? Ready to eat. Die waren bestens ausgerüstet.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Ja. Och Gott, nein. Und rein da.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it. I think he saw things the rest of us don't. Oh, you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it. Hold on, I don't want Gregory to hear this.
I wish she could have told us. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
Der Tod von Gregory, den wird mich. Also. Unbeschreiblich eigentlich. Ich kann es ja nicht. Einfach brutal. Alt ist er? Hat mal ein Jahr gewesen. Ein fucking Jahr.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet. A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard. My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that I
now
remembered.
pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Da ist was.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined and as a sign held up his middle finger. The wind picked up and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent. The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
Gott.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
Okay. Boah. Ah, da ist sein Drache. Jetzt ein kleines Lüftchen. Oh, wie cool.
My mom moved up to the loft after her
Oh mein
brothers
Gott, ich
died.
will das auch bei mir zu Hause haben.
At the time, it was as far away as she could get. Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died.
Oh mein Gott. Hui. Oh mein Gott, das will ich nochmal machen. Mein Gott, wie geil ist das denn? Müsst ihr mal vorstellen, euer Kind schreit und ihr habt einfach so eine geile Rutsche. Das schützt ab. Kleines Medium, kleinen Bäuchle da vorne da.
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Sunjay! Bester Mann, Sunjay.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Louis was born a year later. When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. And to see kids in the house again.
Jeder hatte so seinen eigenen Blumenkasten. Vielleicht.
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal. But it didn't last.
Das war mir schon fast klar, dass es nicht lange hielt. Ah, wo er verstorben ist.
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday.
Ein
When
kleines
Edie gave him
Lüftchen.
the castle.
Irgendwas? Ne, okay, alles klar. Kommen wir Milton heraus.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Oh, cool. Ein Däumchenkino. So, ups. Ich hab ihn gerade losgelassen, sorry. Haben wir gerade doch nichts mehr. Ah, jetzt. Der hat sie also weggezaubert.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors. Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out. Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Louis blamed himself.
Ja, einfach mal ein Boot. Ja, Alter, wie geil ist das
After he
denn?
graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Das ist einfach ein fucking Boot. Ich sag ja, wie das halten soll, weiß er nicht. So. Ah. Schwerste Arbeit hier da. Oh, der Typ. Shisha geraucht.
Louis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Ja. Läuft bei dem Typen.
Louis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Wow. Was für ein Pro-Gamer.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Louis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Louis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to
Ja, ich will da hin. Hallo. Bitte. Ja, sein Geist begangen wie, was?
wander.
Ah, oh mein Gott.
I asked him to describe it.
Und währenddessen muss ich diese Kacke hier auch
He
noch
said he
machen.
started small,
Scheiße. Ah, Gesundheit, danke.
imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads.
Boah, der wird sich irgendwann mal schneiden oder so. Keine Ahnung. Also ich kann euch sagen, ab jetzt habe ich es nicht mehr weiter gesehen. Keine Ahnung mehr.
He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself.
Gott, ist das gerade schwierig, das alles
But he
gleichzeitig
found
zu
something
machen.
more.
Gott,
I worried
3D.
about him then,
Hilfe.
daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him.
Hilfe.
It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians.
Moin.
And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannon. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him. He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on.
Meine Arbeit sehr, sehr gut.
New Louisville. St. Louis.
Oh nein.
He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis. Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on.
Echt?
In Lewisburg, he heard rumors of a
Ja. Ne?
handsome queen. The queen was on her own quest for
Ich gehe mal wieder rechts.
radiant rainbows.
Ja, ups. Ja, ups. Okay. Entschuldigung,
He followed the sound of
kann
her
das Ding schlecht steuern. Klang der... Oh, Silberharfe, das ist gut.
silver harp. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon.
Moin.
Even then, his logic remained sound.
Ach Gott. Jetzt sieht der ja gar nichts mehr.
He knew the world was all in
Also
his
einfach mal-
imagination.
Heilige Scheiße. Wichsen, Mädels.
But he was so proud of having created it.
Das hab ich mir schon
In
fast
his
schon
own
gedacht.
eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him. He began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker. He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
Rudi, was machst du da?
I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions. including the wise Calico who'd insisted on inviting me.
Moin! Ich sehe da
Queen
nichts
waiting and
Gutes.
holding his crown.
Oh Gott, Regierung. Oh.
There was only one thing left to do. Bend down his head. And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Oh, lecco mio. Ja. Mädels, wir sind dann schon wieder am Ende unserer Folge wieder angelangt. Ich bedanke mich fürs Zuschauen. Wir sehen uns beim nächsten Mal wieder. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Tschüss, bis dann.